What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a hot minute since we've done anything with the car or with the channel. We've got some fresh stuff to show you guys, and I'm motivated to get back into this thing, motivated to get back to the racetrack and back making some content full time. So yeah, we've got some exciting stuff coming up. Let's show you what we have done to the car while we've been away. So one of the things we've done since you've last seen the car is we've got rid of all the glass windows except for the windshield and the rear windshield. So we've got Lexan windows, side and rear. Got this nifty little slider kit here. I just thought it was cool. I wanted it. And we've got Napa ducts in the rear here. So one of these will go to my helmet because it is bloody hot in this thing. And then I'm not sure what I'll do with the other one yet. Might even do that one going to my helmet, or even just have a bit of a hose coming through, have it coming down here and just venting to the inside of the car to try help a little bit as well. And then in the back of the car, we've also lost some weight. All this is weight saving. We've cut out the spare wheel well. So that was a real eyesore looking underneath the car and seeing a big spare wheel well that the XFs have. So we're going to plate this with some really thin sheet, nothing really strong, or it doesn't need to be that strong, and just hide this hole. Apart from that though, that's pretty much where the weight saving stops. We've ditched the old system and we have this. So we don't have bolt-on collectors anymore. They've got the slip-on joiners here, which we've modified our headers as well. It's twin 3-inch into a 2-into-1, which stays 3-inch to the side exit of the car coming out the sill, with a single. That is not a little cat or anything like that. That is a muffler, believe it or not. It's a little vibrant muffler. I don't know if it'll do anything at all, but I'm really hoping that this will achieve this sound that I'm really looking for with this car. I want it to sound a little bit more raspy, a little bit more aggressive. So it didn't sound bad before, but this will be better. It's also going to be tucked up a little bit higher, so we'll get a bit more clearance. Not finalized yet. It's pretty much bang on how we want it, but we have to make some adjustments to our headers. So before I finish this, I want to make sure that we've got that right. So the reason we're modifying our headers is we've changed gearbox setups again. So it's still a T5. We've realised the reason we snapped the input shaft in the first place was I had the wrong bell housing set up. So I had an AU XR8 bell housing on this with a 6-cylinder T5. I was told that would work perfectly. It did, up until it didn't. So what I've realised now is, so a 6-cylinder T5, which everyone told me that this wasn't the case. I believe one person did tell me that it was wrong. Probably should listen to that one person, but so a 6-cylinder T5 has a shorter input shaft than the V8 T5, effectively. So now we've gone to Custom Home Rod Shop. We've ordered the correct bell housing to adapt a 6-cylinder T5 to a V8. Issue is though, I ordered the wrong one again. Pretty much what I've done is we've ordered the new bell housing. I didn't look when I ordered it correctly. I just seen 5 litre, click 5 litre. 32 Windsor, click 32 Windsor. Didn't see that if I looked to the right for 2 seconds, I would have seen the EFI option. So I've ordered the I think it's pre-87 bell housing, which is a hydraulic clutch setup. So we've done all the hydraulic clutch setup now. We've converted the pedal box, so it's now a hydraulic clutch pedal. And we've done all that. What I didn't realise is pre-87 uses a 164 tooth flywheel. We had 157 tooth flywheel, so we're going to have to get a new flywheel, which, believe it or not, I actually had one of them sitting around. It's just not balanced correctly. So I need to see if I can get a different counterweight for it. It's got a 27 ounce counterweight for it, which it needs 50 ounce for. So any of the roller Windsors, it's pretty much anything after 87, don't hold me to it, uses 50 ounce imbalance. And then before that, used 27 ounce imbalance, or it was if it's been externally balanced or whatever. So yeah, so we're to correct that. I've got the bell housing, just need to order the counterweight. So because it uses the bigger flywheel, the 164 tooth flywheel, the overall diameter of that is a bit bigger again as well. So the bell housing's overall diameter is bigger, and that means that the clutch fork that comes outside of the gearbox on the driver's side now touches our header. There's a couple little things we can do. I'm going to show you now what we're going to do to try clearance that. Also, we have to clearance the passenger side as well. So where the starter motor locates, the header just sits flush against that. It's not too much. I can get away with just shaving the side of the bell housing, and maybe if I have to just slightly denting the header. I'm not too worried about denting the header, so I'll do probably both those options. The driver side though is a bit bigger of a mission. We need probably 1 inch to 1.5 inches of clearance, maybe even more than that. So yeah, let's figure that out. Next up, we're going to clearance this for the passenger side header. So we're going to I've literally just traced, so this was on the engine, and that's where the sandwich plate ends. So I'm going to trim it to that and see if that gives me enough clearance, because it looks like we're barely touching it. So yeah, let's do that. That shaved down now, so we'll bang this back in the car. First we're just going to cut the clutch fork. So we're hitting here. This used to be like that. We've cut that off. That gave us a heap more clearance, and now we're going to try see if, before we dent the headers at all, if we can just shave this more, and that'll clear it. So we're trying to not go too far in, so I don't want the pin that goes in there that pushes the clutch fork to pop out. So we'll see. And then I'm going to drill a hole on the top here so we can mount the spring to the slave, so that way we can keep the tension against it. That's what that used to do. Let's put the bell housing back on and let's slip this in and see if it all fits. Alright, so the issue we have is there. So that's with the clutch fork being trimmed. The other solution is to dent the header, which if you watch Engine Masters and Roadkill and etc., they did a few tests which showed that denting the header and pretty much squashing the header pipe didn't make any difference horsepower-wise, but I don't know if that's what I want to really do. What I'm thinking of doing is I want to heat up and try bend this pipe as far this way as I possibly can, and then try get that to follow after I've done that as far this way as I can as well. And then if I have to, just dent it a tiny little bit. We've got plenty of clearance on this side, so we can come this way a couple inches. So that's the next step. And then on this side, I just need to shave this just a tiny little bit more, and that clears. So this side's sweet. That's very easy. This side's the issue. We've got a similar issue on this side with the slave hitting. So we really need to get this pipe across 1 inch or 2. The pipes we're trying to move is this one and this one. And as you can see, if the camera will focus, we have plenty of room for that. Like, we're nowhere, it looks closer on camera than it actually is. So we should be able to bring them across a fair bit. I don't know if it's even possible to heat them up and bend them the way I'm thinking, or if we cut it and we like put a little C-section in here to try just lean it over a bit more, but that's what we're going to try to do. Alright, so that didn't go exactly to plan. I thought that clearancing that clutch fork, we would have been very close to getting away and only have to slightly dent the header. So we're gonna have to figure that out. But for now, let's finish this episode on a high. Let's put the shock towers, bases, and everything back together, and finish that up for the episode. So let's do that. engine bay is pretty much back together. Ignore the ignition leads there. But yeah, we've got the shock tower spacers are in. The mounting setup for our strut brace is in there as well, which gives us a little bit of height. That'll hopefully give us the extra travel in the coilover that we're chasing. We'll find out pretty much once the car's back on the ground and once it's off to the track. We've also got our hydraulic clutch pedal set up in there as well. The pedal box has been converted like I told you guys, and then we've got the adapter plate from Castlemaine Rod Shop for the Wheelwood manual brake setup. There's been a few parts we've ordered from Castlemaine. They have been incredible to friggin' deal with. All of the stuff, and pretty much the next day we get it. But yeah, that's the end of this episode, guys. It's really good to be back. I'm so pumped to get this thing going again. I can't wait to hear the new exhaust. That is, hopefully it's going to sound incredible. But yeah, stay tuned, guys. We've got heaps of exciting stuff coming up. Cheers.